Hi there, welcome to the channel. We are 2 a.m. That's two assholes and a microphone. We're going to be doing a reaction video for you today of Tom MacDonald's new song, Brainwashed.
Everything's all in good fun. We're going to be doing reactions to music, comedy, some skits, different things, but we're starting out with this because it just dropped today and he is one of my favorite artists.
Mine as well.
We've never done this before, so be patient.
Please, yes. So let's give it a shot, shall we?
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month.
Okay, that was a lot.
Yeah, it just punched you in the face with that one, didn't he?
Okay,
Where to begin? Okay.
let's start that. Let's run that back.
Let's run it
I want
back.
to make sure I got the words right.
Let's do that again, shall we? Yeah. All right, one more time, shall we?
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke.
True.
We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month.
Okay, that's where we guess.
He's right. Now, I have nothing against pride awareness, the month, all of that. I'm bisexual myself. But we should give more attention to the vets than we do your sexual orientation.
Agreed. Both of us having family who served in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of a crappy thing that we, call Caitlyn Jenner a hero. I'm sorry, heroine. But people like your uncle and my father are just guys who went overseas.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And they get very little help when they're out.
Oh, no,
and
no, no.
very little recognition for the sacrifices that they put in.
Well, especially with the Vietnam War, they were called baby killers, and they were hated by the people they came home to.
Right, and
It was-
now they just don't talk about it.
Yeah, now
so,
they don't talk about it. Also,
Okay.
another thing he pointed out that I liked was white lives, black lives, which lives matter most.
Yeah, it points out the hypocrisy.
Yep.
When we should be concentrating on the wrongs being done by the powers that be to everyone. Instead, these movements separate and kind of pinpoint and pit one against the other.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Okay.
All right, continue.
By the way, I like the beat.
Oh yeah, the beat's pretty fire.
But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like big.
Wow.
That's something within the past just few years that people, even myself, have awakened to. That how bad the media has gotten.
Oh,
how
and
scripted everything is.
how scripted and how laser focused on certain things rather than news in general.
Yeah. They make a really big deal out of the smallest little thing that somebody in the limelight does to try to smear them, but also to cover up the things that actually need to be talked about.
Yeah, you can't have people knowing the truth. Now can we?
Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man...
Go back.
How far?
A few. To where... Okay.
Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like...
True.
Okay.
Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white...
Yeah?
We go back a little bit.
If a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that started back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yep. Right around the time of Woodstock and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Before our time even. But
Yeah.
and we've talked about this among ourselves a lot over the past few years.
That's the thing I think a lot of people have. They just don't talk outside of the home. They don't say certain things in public for... Sometimes it's because they don't want to get ridiculed, or they don't want to be ostracized at work or by their friends or the family or whatever.
They don't want to be called conspiracy theorists or whatever.
Right. They don't want to sound crazy but I think most of the time it's just people don't want to be bothered. They just want to live their own lives, keep their heads down, do what they need to do, get home and have family time and have fun and enjoy their lives.
Yeah, and if they spend too much time thinking about what's actually going on out there, it's
Right.
going to ruin that for them. Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed.
Let's hear the hook again.
Us against them, it ain't you against me. How did
What was that?
I want to hear the hook again.
Yeah, I was getting ready to do that anyway.
I really like this. The hook. I like the hook.
neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Okay. First thing I'm going to say is people are going to hear this and they're going to take that wrong immediately.
What do you mean?
They're going to hear him say something about pick a team and riot in the streets. They're going to think he's advocating that.
No, he's saying that's what people are doing. That's what's being pushed in all directions. You see the media, you see all these different groups, and it's very much, if you're not 100% in my box and aligned with absolutely everything I think, or everything this group stands for, absolutely everything, because it comes pre-packaged and boxed. Here's the ideology. Here's what you're supposed to say. Here's what you're supposed to think. And if you step out of line at all, you're thrown out of that group. It's like they turn against you. So we're encouraged to pick sides and say, okay, well, I'm part of this group, so I can't align myself or be in agreement with anything the other group says.
I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware that's what he said. And what he meant.
Right.
What I'm saying is there are going to be some dummies who hear that and think he's advocating rioting in the streets. They're going to hear just that little bit, that little tidbit of the song, and just
run away with it
and use that as an excuse to ridicule Tom or yell at him or hate him on
people do
Twitter
that.
Or whatever.
People do that because they're looking for a reason to be angry, or they're looking for something to support their personal feelings. They don't want to hear what other people have to say.
I know.
And we need more people speaking out. We need more people communicating even difference of opinions in a respectful way if we're going to get anywhere.
It's such a utopian way to think.
Okay.
Anyway, here we go.
World's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe. Cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life. Cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's very true. And a lot of the people who are upset about, things like TikTok and face recognition and stuff like that are upset that, they're hacking into your lives and do something. It's too late.
Yeah, they're already using face recognition at certain government buildings, things like that. All of the tech platforms that you use for fun, they gather information, and sometimes it's not nefarious, sometimes it is just so that the algorithm can kind of cater to what you're looking for, make things a little easier for you, and it makes companies, it gives the information to companies, so it makes the marketing easier for them.
Yeah, Facebook is notorious for that.
Right. But I think we would be absolutely almost childish to think that there aren't groups and there aren't people who won't use this for the wrong reasons.
Oh yeah, they'd be incredibly naive and gullible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's that. I mean, I agree, Tom.
Yeah.
Doing good.
We generally agree, but yeah.
Yeah, he says some stuff sometimes.
Well, yeah, but I said generally, not
I love
always.
Tom. Don't get me wrong, but he says some stuff sometimes.
Anyway, here we go.
Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life. Cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him.
Oh my god, that was too funny.
Okay, first of all, that cadence. What was that?
It was a good one though. I liked it.
It was Valley Girl, Tom?
A little bit, yeah.
But I love the sarcasm in it.
Oh
So,
yeah, absolutely.
like, that's great. That's beautiful.
You're either right or you're left or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life. Cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun?
Right. Exactly.
Yes. We are big advocates of the Second Amendment. We do believe that there should be strict, strong regulations regarding guns and ammunition. But
I think people should be required to go through training to get a gun. I think they should be required to have psych evaluations. They should be required, I mean, they are required in some states to have psych evaluations.
Yeah, absolutely.
In others, not, though.
Like ours.
Right. I definitely think it should be regulated. However, the way that we regulate it should be the same across the board. And the right to defend yourself, to bear arms,
Yeah.
should not be infringed upon, period. I'm very much a constitutional thinker.
Yeah, and what people tend to forget about when it comes to the Second Amendment, part of the Constitution also says that we have the right to assemble and an armada. Basically, it is our responsibility to hold the government responsible, which is what he's talking about here when he says things like, why do you believe that the government shouldn't be the only ones allowed to have a gun?
Well, it's not only that, too. I mean, in the inner cities, people think, okay, well, you have a gun, it's to protect yourself against somebody else attacking you or robbing you or whatever. But if you live in a country area, a lot of those people, and I grew up from a big country stock, so a lot of those people, they have to have that to put food on their table.
Or to protect the food, their livestock.
Yeah. My grandpa's farm, for example. You have animals, you have crops, you have all of this. Well, you have coyotes and you have all of these animals coming in and attacking your livestock. You have to protect that.
Absolutely. And the easiest and best way to do so is a gun, because you don't necessarily have to kill what's coming after you.
Right. You have to scare it away.
Absolutely.
And so that's a different argument altogether. Like I said, there should definitely be regulations, but I am 100% behind the Constitution. I am always for the most amount of freedom and liberty, and the least the federal government is in our lives, the better.
Absolutely.
They mess everything up. And I'm not saying that I don't think that there should be regulations for safety and all of that, but I think that we went from regulating things for safety to just bureaucratic mumbo jumbo that is a bunch of BS just to keep people in paper. And it made things a lot worse.
Yeah, it usually does. Anyway.
The police and the government, the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun. White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation.
Back up.
Force division, it convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Boy, he broke that down,
He broke that down really well.
Let's play that again for the people in the back who didn't hear it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to add to that.
see if I can do it.
Rich from the poor, use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor, use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
That's something that we've been talking about for years. My father, before he passed away, saw these things coming and tried talking about it to like different family members and friends and whatnot. And of course, he was called crazy.
Of course he was.
But everything he said was going to happen, and he didn't live to see it happen. And part of me's glad, part of me wishes he had, because, you know, kind of vindicated.
If you would have known her dad, you would have wanted him to see it. He would have laughed.
Twisted sense of humor, my father.
Very much so.
Yeah, I mean,
what I really dig about this is the balls he has on him to just spell it all out for everybody. Exactly what's happening.
I like the delivery in the video, the way he emotes what he's saying, and you can hear it and you can see it.
Yeah, the frustration is definitely in his eyes and in his voice.
Yeah.
All right, shall we continue?
When people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, 'cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Well.
So, I will say this, the videography is really cool. Nova did a great job.
She always does.
I love the camera shots and the angles she has in there. But it still gives me Garbage Pail Kid vibes.
I understand that.
That's nothing against Tom. That's nothing against Nova. It was done well, and I think this is something that this is a perspective you don't hear many people take.
It's definitely a commonly held but very rarely talked about perspective.
Right.
And it's very unfortunate that it's not talked about, because it really should be.
I think it's because one side is so afraid of what the other side is doing that they're afraid to give even an inch anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that there are more people like us who are in the middle, who see the good and the bad on both. And it's like, we need to pull together.
And we need to speak up, that we're so used to being canceled
or just quiet.
Or quiet. Yeah.
Or thinking, hey, we're just normal people. We're working class assholes. Who's going to listen to us?
Yeah.
To that, I want to thank K-Dog for inspiring my husband to start this. We were looking for a hobby anyway.
It was K-Dog, and it was middle-aged white guy who really got me doing this. And I want to thank both of them. If you haven't seen them yet, please go check them out. They're both really good at what they do. And K-Dog himself has a very positive message to give to people, so please go check him out. Middle-aged white guy. one of the best breakdown guys I've heard.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Him and Knox Hill are the two best breakdown guys on the internet.
But middle-aged white guy gives a different perspective than Knox. Knox is great, and he's more technical. He's a rapper himself, and a phenomenal rapper.
Absolutely.
Middle-aged white guy.
He's more. He sees it as more of a consumer point of view.
Right.
So it's a little more palatable for people like me and you.
Well, it's not just that. Just his perspectives in general. Mm-hmm. And I really respect both men a lot. And hopefully we'll get better at this and you guys will help us out and give us some pointers and tips.
Yeah, because I'm still learning all this stuff here. On that note, we're going to sign off here. It was great talking to all you people, whoever decides to watch this. And if you like, hit the like button, subscribe.
Be blessed, have a great day, and hopefully our next video will be a little more lighthearted.
A little bit more lighthearted, that's what we're hoping for. All right, good night, everybody.